been on a blind date?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many? Anybody here?
Yeah.
You, sir. What's your name? He suddenly forgot his name. That's okay. Lady behind you. Did I see you applaud? You were applauding. What's your name, ma'am?
Barbara?
Barbara. You been on a blind date?
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes.
You lie. You lie. We'll get back to that. You guys ready for your next comment? The next guy coming to the stage has performed all over. He's been at the Ice House. He's been at the Comedy Store. He's been at Flappers. He's been here before. He's been at the Laugh Factory. Put your hands together for Dave Rusiecki.
Hey. Good morning, Tustin. I'm on Hawaii time, so just ignore it. Just ignore it. So, thank you for that thunderous ovation, you guys are Or as they say in my village, mil gracias. That's what they... In mi barrio. That's how they say it. Wow, okay. It gives me a great oral pleasure to be here tonight. A lot of oral gratification. It's a happy crowd. I can feel the happy already here. It's like a iHeartRadio crowd. You know, it's like a love songs on the coast crowd. That's how it feels. I don't know. I do want to thank you for coming here on a school night. It is a school night if you go to DeVry University or any of those online classes. Every night is a school night. No, but thank you for coming to support live, organic, gluten-free, genetically manufactured comedy. We appreciate that. That's fine. I'm working on my pauses tonight. My pregnant pauses here and my swagger. Those are the two things that I want to accomplish tonight. I want to also thank the Mike. I guess he's the artistic director here at the gallery. I want to thank him for putting this together and for inviting us. And although I do have to correct his pronunciation of my name, because everywhere I go, they butcher it. They'll say, come to the stage as David. Or he asked me, do you prefer being called Dave or David? And I said, actually, they pronounce it in my village, as I alluded to earlier. They pronounce my name David. That's how I prefer. That's how they pronounce it in my village, mi barrio. Not Dave. I prefer David. So let's just clear all this out of the way. So it's just, it is such a happy crowd. I just feel it's that's great. Everybody good. Everybody rainbows and sunshine. Daffodils and moonbeams. Granola and cinnamon. I'm running out of metaphors, people. Help me out here. I had a pretty quiet day today in rehab. Under house arrest. I had a weird thing happen to me today. So I don't know if this happened to you. A panhandler sort of waved me on. I'm walking along, and this gentleman is like, asked me to have change, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then he just sort of was like, no, just next, move over, move along. I didn't know whether to be rejected or offended or relieved, It was just kind of, apparently I was holding up the line of other potential customers for this gentleman who wanted 25 cents. That was my day. I did go to the bank, and by bank, I mean the Coinstar change machine. The ones at the CVS pharmacy on the corner of Happy and Healthy. There was a line. There was a line at the Coinstar Federal Credit Union. I was the only Anglo, but anyway. It's just kind of how my day's been. It's been kind of strange like that. Has anyone, speaking of finances, has anyone ever Googled their net worth? Does anyone go online and type your name and you can do that, you type your full name. I mean, people do searches about themselves, but type net worth after you type in your name and net worth. I did that today, and you know what it told me? It said my results were, I have no business Googling my net worth. Why do you need to, tell yourself that you only have 400 pesos in your bank account? Why do you need to know that? I have no business doing that, I guess. So, but try that tomorrow or sometime in the near future. I'm not really, I'm not really one with a sense of proportion. So when my dentist told me that I grind my teeth when I go to sleep at night, I went out and bought one of those mouth harness devices from Bed Bath & Bondage. Anyone here familiar with that store? Anyone here a patron? I've seen some of you there. Look, very familiar. This next joke, you're gonna laugh. There you go. I don't have to do anything more. That's just the power that we have up here. Any Jack? Was it Jack FM fans? Anyone familiar with that radio station? That's good. That's good. One of my favorite Jacktivities. That's what they call it. One of my favorite Jacktivities when I'm not performing to the masses. Is I like to go to Barnes and Noble. Is Barnes and Noble still around? Are they? They filed Chapter 11 yet? They still have bookstores. That's great. I like to go to Barnes and Nobles and get really loaded. No, I like to go to Barnes and Nobles, and what I do, I make a beeline straight to the erotic massage section, which, for some reason, it's in the same vicinity as the men's and the ladies' room. I think it's because, people want a little alone time, but, So anyway, I'll make a beeline straight to the erotic massage section, and I'll take a whole handful of titles, and then I'll go put them in the religion shelf. I get death threats from librarians for that joke. Apparently they're getting all offended. But so I put them all in the religion shelf, and then I watch and observe, and then report myself to security. So if any of you see, if next time you're in the store, and any of you see the complete positions of the Kama Sutra next to the King James Version of the Holy Bible, that would be moi. S'il vous plaît. See, I'm showing off my bilingualnicity here, just in case you haven't. I speak a little French, bonjour, bonsoir, bonne chance, bon jovi. Enough to get me through customs, basically. So. But it's strange because I'm not. It's hard for me to read. As soon as I crack open a book, 4 pages later, it's like 2 hours have gone by. I was diagnosed early in life with that learning disorder where it's really hard, really difficult to read, and I can't remember the name of it off. Dysentery. That's what it is. So that's just who I am. My grandfather, he's a World War II veteran, and I like to take him. I'll take him to the VA hospital when I'll take him around his wheelchair. And he likes to make appointments, like a bunch of appointments at one time. So he'll get all the places he needs to go to at one go. So I'll take him in his wheelchair, and we'll go to like oncology, and then we'll go to audiology, and then we'll go to my favorite, mixology. And so it's really interesting when I take him around to the VA, and he's kind of hard of hearing. So when people ask him questions, he has to ask me what they're saying. So a lot of people, there's like a lot of young soldiers, a lot of wounded soldiers, and a lot of administrative staff people come up to him because he wears his World War II veteran's baseball cap, and they come up to him, shake his hand, and they thank him for his service. And it's really touching when I see that. But I just don't have the heart to tell those people. My grandfather, he was a chef. And not even a good one, like a really bad short order. He food poisoned half of his unit. All right, that's just I can't tell them that. I'm struggling with these things. And he's not a decorated veteran. He never saw combat. I mean, I think the closest he got to was someone almost stabbing him with a potato peeler. That was it. I mean, it's. I'm not saying don't support the troops. I'm saying support the troops. Just don't eat the chicken. Be careful. You do. My family has done a lot of service. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. My father was in the Air Force. I have an older sister who was in the Coast Guard. So when people ask me what have I served at all, I'm like, yeah, I've served. I've served time at the Carson Correctional Facility. One time I got a little crazy. So that's sort of how I am. But I love doing stand-up comedy. It pays for my wardrobe. I call this ensemble Black Gives Way to Blue. It's sort of like, the Salvation Army meets Banana Republic. That's kind of a fusion. I think the thing I love the most about stand-up comedy is that it takes you to, so many faraway places, so many exotic locales like Hemet, or Lodi, or even here in beautiful downtown Tustin. One of my favorite comics, though, Steve Harvey. I don't know anyone familiar with Family Feud. He's one of my favorites, and I was reading up on him in People magazine because that's where I get my news, my fake news or my real news, whatever you want to call it. And so I was reading up on him, and when he started out, he was going from show to show and mic to mic, and he was sleeping. He was living out of his car basically. I mean, it was a struggle for him. And as the years gone by, he's built up. He's almost like a media mogul at this point. He's done very well. He's like, I think his personal fortune is $150 million. So he's done very well for himself. I remember when I first started doing stand-up comedy, it was poverty. I slept in my stretch limo for the first 4 or 5 months tops. It was those stretch limos, right? Those SUV limos. It's just. I don't want to go back to that. I'm eating cheese sandwiches out of there. I just don't want to go back to that life. So I'm happy with my Nissan Versa, sleeping out of that. Very content with that. But before, and I'm going to close up on this. Before I ever hit the stage, I kind of spent some time alone, and I kind of repeat this mantra over and over in my head, to get me ready before I hit the stage. And it was somebody who made this quote. You know who Marilyn Monroe is, right? The famous Hollywood icon. I get some people who come to me after the show and they'll say, does she sing that song "Papa Don't Preach" or "Like a Virgin"? And I'm like, it's pretty, Madonna, Marilyn, they're the same person. Everyone becomes the same after a while. And so Marilyn Monroe once said that if you can make a woman laugh, you can pretty much make her do anything. Actually, that was Bill Cosby who said that. Am I going to end on a Bill Cosby joke? Yes, that's my time. Thank you so much, Valerie. David Rusiecki.